Welcome back, I'm Adrienne, and today we are going over my summer reading plans. I plan on having the most fun this summer and reading a bunch of amazing books. I wanted to share a few of the ones I think I'll be reading this season. I have books spanning every genre, I have new releases, so let's just dive right in. First off are some books that I'm reading soon because they are all brand new release thrillers. I made a goal this year to read less mystery thriller books because I was reading a lot of them last year and having a lot of duds. But this year I'm being more selective when I do read a mystery thriller, and some of my favorite authors just came out with new books, so I'm so excited to read them. First, I have the new Riley Sager book, With a Vengeance. I know Riley Sager can be hit or miss for a lot of people. Originally, he was missing for me. He started to grow on me, and recently his last few books I've really enjoyed. They're so readable and entertaining, and his newest one is a little different than what he usually writes. In this book, we're following Anna. Anna's family was destroyed 12 years ago, and now she is out for vengeance. Interesting, this is set in, I think, the 50s, which is new for Riley Sager to have the main timeline be historic. So we are on a train ride while Anna is trying to bring the people who destroyed her family to justice. However, people start dying. So she is trying to protect the people that she's actually trying to get vengeance against so that she can bring them to justice. But someone's killing them and she's trying to figure out who. So I'm very excited to read this one. Next, I have King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I absolutely loved All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby, and I'm super excited to read this. This book follows our main character, Roman, who is a financial analyst in Atlanta, and he gets a call from his sister that his father was hit in a hit and run, and he comes back to help take care of the family, and then starts to realize that maybe it wasn't just a car accident. Maybe it was something more intentional. His brother is into some shady business. So I think it's like a crime thriller of some sort. I don't really know or care. I just want to read more S.A. Cosby. And then we have Julie Clark. So Julie Clark wrote The Last Flight, which I didn't love just mainly because of the ending, but I remember being so sucked into it. And when I heard about this book, I decided to give Julie Clark another chance. This one is following a woman whose father is basically like Stephen King, but he's an old man now. They're estranged. They haven't talked in at least 10 years. And he has hired her to help him ghostwrite a book. So our main character is a ghostwriter. She recently went through a big scandal, and that scandal has kind of left her career in shambles. So she reluctantly takes this job with her father. Meanwhile, she's tried to distance herself from her father. People don't know that it is her father. Even her agent or her publisher don't know that. So that adds an interesting element. Plus, her father is suspected of killing his own siblings when he was younger. There's always been a rumor and gossip going around about it, but he was never actually convicted. So she is finally finding out the truth about her father, his past, and what really happened there. So that's the first batch of June thrillers that I'll be reading. I then want to pick up a bunch of other books before the next wave of new thrillers comes out. Taylor Jenkins Reid just came out with a new book called Atmosphere. I'm nervous to read this one. I really have enjoyed multiple books by Taylor Jenkins Reid, but this one is like astronauts and space, so that's intriguing. But this one follows a first female astronaut in the 80s. I think she's finding love while she's also like in this male-dominated industry working for NASA. And it feels very different for her, but I feel like it has to be good, right? Also, look at the beautiful cover with the rocket ship and her sunglasses. I'll definitely read this one. I don't know when, but I'll be reading it. And then during the summer, there's a wonderful readathon hosted by Gabby Reads called Summerween. Summerween is basically taking Halloween into the summertime and reading spooky books, thrillers, and such. For Summerween, I think I'm actually going to focus on horror, since I'll probably want to read those thrillers before Summerween happens. And I love participating in Summerween. I did a vlog of it last year, which I could link down below if you're interested, but I had so much fun. And I want to do it again this year. I'm planning on reading 5 books in the week, which is a big challenge, but that's the fun of a readathon, right? And then focusing on horror, I'm looking for like summery horror spooky books of a variety. Like it could be sci-fi, it could be witches. I'm looking for like different types of spooky. So if you have recommendations for like a shorter horror book that might be fitting, especially in the summertime, let me know. But the one that I think I am dedicated to reading, the rest of my TBR is up in the air, but I think I want to read The Fisherman by John Langan. Obviously, fishing feels right for summertime, but I've just heard so many great things about this book that it's so spooky, so scary. It's about two widowers who heard some creepy story or myth about a river or something, and they go check it out and they go fishing and scary things happen. And I love I don't know if it's anything like this, but I love river monsters, you know, the show. And I've always pictured like river monsters becoming a book and how that could like turn into a wonderful fantasy or horror situation. And I feel like this is gonna fulfill those dreams, and I can't wait to read this one. I'll let you know the rest of my TBR when I'm actually doing the video, but I don't want to pick it out too soon. I want to be open. I want to find like what I think is most fitting for the prompts. So stay tuned for the Summerween TBR. Next up, I have a couple of fantasy books. So in the spring, I have been reading some fantasy. Spring reading wrap up coming soon. I just want to finish 2 more books, and also spring's not over yet. So I'm trying to beat the deadline so I can get my wrap up soon. But I'm finishing some more fantasy books, and eventually I'm gonna need to read more fantasy. So the first one I have for that is The Will of the Many by James Islington. This one I'm buddy reading with my sister, and I just know so many people love this fantasy book, even if they don't normally read fantasy. It involves a magic system, which is the will of the people, and you basically take the will from people like under you in status and somehow use that for magic. But our main character is brought to investigate a murder, I think, and he goes to a magic school, and it just sounds fun. And I know there's a big plot twist and everyone loves it, and I want to read it. The sequel will come out in November, I think, so I definitely want to read it well before then, see if I like it and see if I want to continue on with the series. And then another fantasy book, I recently talked about how I've read multiple KJ Parker books. Actually, I read a KJ Parker book in my last vlog, but I've only read his little novellas, and I want to read a full-length novel. I then made a vow to read a full-length KJ Parker this summer, and my pal said that this would be the best one out of what I have. So this is The Folding Knife by KJ Parker. It is a full-length one. I don't think I've read a KJ Parker that's over 150 pages yet, so I'm really excited. He has very, very cool, artistic writing, and the way he tells the story is just like, it feels like an art piece so often. So this is what I'm going to read. All I know about it is we're following a politician and he drops his folding knife or something, which sets off a chain of events, or we're going back in the past and like following the chain of events about this folding knife. I don't think it's actually about the folding knife, but stories that revolve around his knife, I don't know. And then we are finding out what big mistake he made that changed everything. I don't know what this book is about, okay? I just tried to explain it to you, but I'm not really sure. I'll let you know when I read it. And then I'm not the biggest romance reader, but it is summertime, and I am very far behind on my Emily Henry books. I have read Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation, and then I stopped there, and I want to read Emily Henry. Not the newest one because nobody likes it, but I want to read the rest of Emily Henry's books. So I want to read Book Lovers. I have this dream that I will be on many a vacation this summer. Emily Henry writes books that kind of revolve around vacation or vacation-y areas, and I have this dream that I will be on these magical vacations that match up with her books, and that I'll have a book for each vacation destination I'm going on. I don't know if that's true. I'm trying to make it true. But this one is set in the North Carolina mountains, and it follows 2 sisters who go on a little trip, and our main character is in the publishing industry, and she has like a rival. Are they editors or something? She has a rival in the book industry, and they meet up in this small town called like Sunshine Falls, which sounds so cute. And her sister is pregnant, and she seems to be having some things going on. I started this once upon a time, and then I didn't finish it. Actually, I think I started it twice. But I think a little romance sprinkled into the summer is the right decision. So I have decided that I'm going to read or pull something from my TBR jar. I'm just so excited to pull from this jar again. I'm planning on using this for reading vlogs where I do like read it or unhaul it. But I've just been looking at it every day and I really want to pull a book out. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add a random book to my TBR for the summer right now. I have to read it or unhaul it this summer. And I'm so scared. Okay, it's yellow, which I don't even remember. Actually, it's dark yellow and I don't remember what that is, so. What is that? Did that do it? It's Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Hold on. Sorry, the sun has went away and I'm hot. I wanted to pull from the jar for funsies and now I'm like, this isn't fun actually. I didn't want to read this book right now. Well, if I don't want to read it, I can choose to unhaul it. So let's see. Things Fall Apart tells two intertwining stories, both centering on Okonkwo, a strong man of an Igbo village in Nigeria. The first, a powerful fable of the immemorial conflict between the individual and society, traces Okonkwo's fall from grace with the tribal world. The second, as modern as the first is ancient, concerns the clash of cultures and the destruction of Okonkwo's world with the arrival of aggressive European missionaries. These perfectly harmonized twin dramas are informed by an awareness capable of encompassing at once the life of nature, human history, and the mysterious compulsions of the soul. Okay. Things Fall Apart may well be Africa's best loved novel. For so many readers around the world, it is Chinua Achebe who opened up the magic casements of African fiction. Okay, I got this book for a reason. I know I wanted to read it at one point. It doesn't fit in my summer fun vibes, but I feel like this book is going to be incredible. I've heard incredible things about it. It was written in 1958, and this is actually a good pick for the summer because I shouldn't just be having fun all summer. Let me also like educate myself, enrich my brain while I'm doing my reading. So I am excited. I changed my mind. I'm excited for this book. So I'm adding it to my TBR. And you'll see lots more of the TBR jar this summer, but I'm too scared to pull any more right now because that's not what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but that's that. That is my summer TBR. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know, are you participating in Summerween? Because I love Summerween so much. And I'm just excited to see what the summer holds for me. Besides heat, I hate and I hate being outside and I hate mosquitoes and I hate when my skin burns. And I hate that I have to wear sunglasses in order to open my eyes. But otherwise, I love summertime. Alright, that's that. I will see you in another video very soon. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.